Well, hello everyone, welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. I am so excited for today's episode because in today's episode, I'm going to be answering a very common question as well as showing you what I do when it comes to thinning my seedlings and why I thin my seedlings. Thinning seedlings. We all hate doing it. Even myself, I find a little tender spot right here in my heart for seeds that want to sprout for my garden. I get it. We want to keep them all. But seeds that sprout, especially indoors, they're only bound to fail if you keep them all. When you start seeds, if you don't start one seed per cell, which I don't recommend doing because there sometimes is 100%. But there's never always 100%. Let me put it that way. Sometimes seeds just don't sprout for whatever reason. And I hate wasting that space because then nothing grows there and then you put another seed there and when the seed sprouts, it's lagging behind the rest and there's always these height differences. And when you're growing indoors, you want the level of plants to be uniform so that the light being given off by your grow lights touches them evenly as well and everything grows consistently. So you don't want to just have a blank spot there, and that's why you don't start just one seed in one cell, or at least we don't ever recommend doing it. So when that happens and you do get more than one to sprout, you are left with a dilemma. Do I let all the seeds that sprouted continue to grow, or do I thin them? And the correct answer is you should thin them. Now it might seem painful to cut out a plant and kill one because that's inevitably what you're going to do when you cut it out anyways. But the benefit to doing it is so much greater than leaving them. You know, we sometimes say, well, what could be the worst thing in the world? And now I've even done this, so don't think you're the only one. I've always thought, what could be the worst thing about letting them all grow? And I've tried it. Trust me, I've tried it numerous times. What you find is that while small, they only stay small for so long. Plants grow fast and they grow big. And when they grow big, they compete for sunlight, nutrients, water, airflow, space, everything. They compete for everything. And when they compete, no one wins. That's the thing you need to remember, is that when they compete, nobody wins. I used to take the approach of survival of the fittest, duke it out. Whichever one's strongest is going to prevail and it's probably going to be healthier. Not quite the case, because in the process of prevailing, in the process of becoming healthier, it's lost out on valuable time that could be spent maturing, staying healthy, growing, and it's competing against other plants, which leads to stress, poor yields, disease, things like that, that had I thinned in the first place, the problems could have been completely alleviated. Before we go at it though, I wanted to mention what tool I'm using. I prefer, when I thin, very sharp, very small, scissor-style pruners. These are called micro-tip snips. They're produced by Fiskars, and I really love these. I've talked about these all the time on our channel for pruning small areas, in tiny little things, tiny little areas that I don't want to damage the plant. These are absolutely a must-have in your gardener's arsenal. I harvest tomatoes with them. I mean, they're just awesome tools, but they're also really great for navigating seedlings that are growing up super close together. So the Polish linguiça, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seedlings here that all germinated, 100% germination there. I don't know why I put 5 seeds in there, but sometimes they're so small that you kind of, with big fingers, you drop more seeds in there than you expected. I try to keep it to around 2 to 3 seeds. This delicious here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. The red centiflora, we've got plenty. I don't know, look like there's 5 or 6, but those seeds were super small. But either way, the last thing that you want to do is come in here and take your fingers and pull. What that's going to do is it's going to disrupt the root system of the rest of them, and that's why you have to come in here with snippers and just snip them out. If you try to pull them out and divide them out, you're going to cause a lot more damage to the healthy one that you want to select. And if you want to grow more than one in a cell, you're going to have issues. So the best thing to do is just select the healthiest one, and then the rest will be discarded. And that is fine. There we go. See, we have one healthy plant. And that healthy plant's going to do far better than having 5 other plants growing next to it. I don't need to be super precise here with my cuts. I just try to cut as close to soil level as possible. So if there is any, mold or rot from that remaining plant that's left in the soil, it won't affect the healthy seedling. I try to snip it off pretty much close to soil level, if not right at soil level. And then with other things like this broadleaf sage, there are certain crops that you don't need to thin. Rosemary, broadleaf sage, basil being another one, lemongrass, the parsley. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about thinning those. Other things like onions. Your onions, we practice what's called dense seeding. This dense seeding is actually perfectly fine because of the fact that the root system on these specifically, alliums, being onions, garlic, chives, shallots, they do not have a normal root system. They're very wiry and fibrous. So I can take out this entire cell, even though it has 30, 40 plants in there. I can divide each plant out without much damage to the root system, transplant it, and this is your exception. These are the only plants that I ever recommend doing that with, because of the fact if you tried that with, like I said, the tomatoes, the root system would be damaged on the tomatoes. So these you can densely sow, and we've done videos on that in the past, and it's turned out really well. So that's how we grow our onions. But like I said, for the rest of them, we come in here and we thin them out. With things like flowers, I typically will leave, some of these might be a little dense here, but I'll let Mrs. MIgardener choose what she wants for those, because of the fact flowers can be grown pretty densely as well, and they don't need as much spacing requirements. So I think these might have to lose a few plants, but like I said, I'll let her pick from those. Other than that, that's it. That's thinning. Very simple, very, very easy to do, and certainly something that everyone should be doing a lot more of. All right, I'm going to get these finished up here, and we'll be good to go. I don't love doing it, but I do love the result in the end. I'll tell you what, it's something that is not fun, but the results, you just cannot argue that a healthy garden starts with healthy seedlings. And when you give your seedlings a healthy start, they just do so much better. And I was laughing almost the whole time. I was laughing just from the old saying, this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. And I just kept saying to myself, this cell ain't big enough for the 2 of us. I think that is going to be the title of this video. I think that's going to be the title of this video, because oh my gosh, when you're having fun with things, just your mind goes in random places, and that's where my mind was at. I don't even know why, but I'm having a great day. I hope you all are as well. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode, and thank you so much for your support. Make sure that if you did like this video, to actually like it, throw a like up there, as well as a comment. Let me know down in the comments box below. Have you made these mistakes? Are you going to do it this year for the first time? Show me, tell me what's up in your gardening life right now when it comes to seedlings. Do you thin? Do you not thin? Let me know. Let's start a conversation in the comments box down below. I know I'll be there. I hope to see you there. And as always, I also hope to see you on tomorrow's episode, because as you know, we're going daily, and that's just always so much fun, because that means spring is here, and that means we got lots more content coming out. So since I'll see you all tomorrow, you might as well subscribe if you're not yet already, because that way you're notified when I upload a video. So I hope you all enjoyed. Hope to see you tomorrow. And as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow big or go home. Have fun with it, and we'll catch you all later. See ya. Bye. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Maybe spend a little bit too much time in the grow room today. I don't think that's possible.